Alright, so I have no idea if this is working or not. I just rushed home, as you can see, directly from the workout. Today was actually a good day. I love to get up in the morning and do something, and also my alarm goes off at 6:30, and most of the time I snooze, and there are days where I get up at 10 or later, and I don't like that so much, but today I got up and it was a good day, so I got up in the morning and I decided I'm going to do some workout, and I went to the gym to do some workout. And while I was on the cross trainer, I had this thought, and I felt like I have to share this with you, so I have to come back here and rush off. So I did my 45 minutes, like 45 minutes, time, go past, because I want to come back here and share that thought with you. And I don't know if it makes sense for you, but here's my thought. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, this is the time where you have to invent yourself. This is the time where you have to invent who you are going to be. And it's interesting because when you look at all these, and I'm sure you either follow Simon Sinek or Harv Eker or Tony Robbins, or who else do we have? One of these people. I'm sure you're subscribing one of them and frequently watching one of them. They were not born that way. Anthony J. Haravasi, I think is his name, decided that he doesn't want to suffer anymore. He grew up in a wicked family. His father was wild, his mother was probably having her issues, and he decided, I don't want to suffer anymore, and he invented Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins is out there to stop suffering. That's his mission. He wants to go out to people. That's why he's sending millions of chicken, of birds every Thanksgiving to the world, to feed the world. Maybe he should soon send broccoli. And Simon Sinek wasn't born that way. And Seth Godin and Harv Eker. And very often when you look back at the stories, it started with something they didn't accept and they didn't want to continue living, experiencing, and flip that into something where they realized, if I change that for my life, I found the algorithm and I can add value to other people's lives. So it's about to figure out who is it that you want to invent being. Right? I was born as Eduard Nikolaus Ernst, and I'm Nikki Skina, and a friend told me the business therapist would be a good name, and I felt like, okay, what does this mean for me? What is it that I'm doing? How am I adding value? I realized, hey, a lot of people say what happened in this week has changed my life. So I felt like, okay, that's good for me. I want to be the one who's been known as the guy who changes the life of 10 people every week. And then I started the tours and I started the EXO thing, and I'm having these interactions because I want to do this. This is how I invented myself. And I realized if there is one thing that I probably have done in my life that works, is reinventing myself about every 10 years or so. So it's not that you maybe find who you're going to be and this is going to be the who until the end of your lifetime. But it might work for the next few years until you realize, all right, I'm growing to the next level. But you have to figure out, who are you going to be? Who do you want to invent as the next version of you? Write it down. What are the things that work for you? What are the things that are important for you? What are the things that you want to give? How would you like to add value to people's lives? Write it down. With what should you spend your lifetime with? And then look at what you actually spend your lifetime with, and you realize, ooh, this is not in balance. I spend most of my lifetime with things that are not matching with what I should do all the time. And then realize, all right, maybe someone else should do this, and focus on what you should do and should not do nothing but this. And experiment with it. Because you might not know. Hey, Nick, you're easy to say, invent yourself. How should I invent myself? I have families to feed. I have a job to do. We're in this lockdown. I've lost my job. I need to survive. I need to pay my rent. Yes, I need to pay my rent, and sometimes it's scratching the coins together to make my rent. I know how this feels, but that doesn't mean that I don't know who I want to be for you guys. Because I know if I'm doing what I want to be for you, and I'm doing this passionately, that it's going to work out fine for me. So what's that for you? What is that for you? What is that one thing where you feel like, if I could do everything, I could do this, I would do this, because when I do this, this is what I do for people. What is that one little thing? What are the things that are important for you? What are the things that in your own life you don't want to accept anymore? Make your list this week, Monday, so until Saturday. This week, 5 things that happened this week that I don't want to accept anymore. Maybe that helps you getting there, but you have to get down on paper. You know what I did when I started EXO-ONE? I opened a notebook, a Moleskine, and I said, okay, everything all about EXO-ONE, this new thing that I'm working on right now, is in that notebook. Nothing else. It's just for this topic. So get yourself a notebook and write it, the new me. And every time you have a thought, go in there and write it down. And go back and read your previous thoughts and assemble new thoughts and shape the person, invent the next version of yourself. This is crucial, because otherwise you just keep on gradually improving or moving on, gradually frustrated, unhappy, looking back at the last year and where you are today and feel like, wow, 16 months since the first lockdown and nothing has changed in my life. I'm still where I was before, and I can't wait to get back to where I was before the lockdown. This is the time to experiment. Today is Monday, it's great. Monday is a perfect day for an experiment. Try out one thing. Figure out what would you like to improve? Your financial status, your wealth status, your condition, your relationships, your professional career. Take one thing, all right? And then ideate, figure out, what can I do with this one thing? How can I get thinner, in better shape, meet my people, be in touch, be connected? And then give it a score, because if I like it or if I don't like it, it's a very bad judgment to continue and to experiment. So if you have your brainstorm list of the things that you like to address in the direction that you like to improve, or the version you like to become, judge yourself, measure yourself. Are you confident you can do it? If you do it, will it have a change in your life, and will it be easy to follow through for 2 weeks? Because I want you to do this for 2 weeks, and on Friday next week, you look back at the last 2 weeks and what worked for me and what did not work for me. And then you know if you continue or you discontinue or you change, and you're getting closer, and you take your notebook, your new me notebook, and write it down. And then next Monday, you do the same thing, because that means that from next week on, you have 2 experiments running every week. And after 10 weeks, you know about 20 things in your relationships, in your professional career, in your personal development, in your health, in your nutrition, in everything you'd like to do, look at, improve, become. You know what works for you and what does not work for you. There is no way that you wait and keep on waiting and wait for things to come to you. You have to create, you have to design the next version of yourself. I don't know. I just felt like I want to share this with you. Just a few minutes, just a thought. I'm curious what you think of it. And I also have to work it through. Maybe I come back to you and rephrase it in a more articulate way that you can better understand what I'm talking about. But this is it for now, and I just rush back. And I have to take a shower because I have a meeting in a few minutes. But I wanted to share that with you. So have a great week, have a great Monday. Embrace the things that are coming, and you can create and design, because there are no limits, like 0 limits. You can do whatever you want to do if you just write it down, try it out, figure out what works for you, what does not work for you, what works differently for you. But it doesn't come by its own. It doesn't come by Amazon. You can't order it on Amazon. It doesn't ring the doorbell and say, here I am, here is the next version of you. You have to design it. Be the Anthony that creates the Tony. And all the others who designed who they are in front of camera, in front of people, what they want to do for people, what they want to do for the world, how they want to add value. That's a result of your decision. and don't go gradually. Take a big step. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. I hope that was some sort of an idea that did make sense for you. All the best. Have a great week.